Good afternoon and welcome to 2024, moving into 2025. Hi, I am Angie and I will be your spiritual stewardess this evening to guide us with messages for your best and highest good into 2025 on the path of freedom. So today's date, 12 plus 31 plus 8 adds up to a 51. 51 years ago was 1973. So if that rings for anyone there, this message might have some extra oomph for you today, as well as this being the last day of 2024. It's the 365th day out of 365 days. So I want us to fly 100% full cylinders on throttle moving forward into the new year. So I have included in the description box below my Angi-Notes, and today they include a grading rubric. So let's go through and use that. I bet you've been grading yourself very harshly. If you look at the lineup of how we see A's versus B's versus C's, etc., I think you will find there's a lot more wiggle room than you were giving yourself credit for. So without further ado, let's see where we go here today. Let's see, bottom of the deck was the moon energy. We just did have our new moon energy in Capricorn. Justice showing up there on the split as well for that balance. What can we take from 2024 moving forward into 2025? And what lessons are we through learning there, Four of Swords, and have healed from any Ten of Swords issues that we can just take the lesson and leave the pain of that behind? There was our Lover's card there on the split. Let's do one more time with the Knight of Swords, feminine Knight of Swords, some kind of information regarding soulmate energy, moving forward into leaving regret behind, focusing on a Two of Cups energy of balance moving forward. There's Ace of Cups, beautiful. Okay, let's get our last shuffle in. What I'm going to do is go through all 12 signs, and we are going to look at whether or not in this path of freedom today, reducing down to when we add 5 and 1 of 51 years, or 51 with our total today. 5 plus 1 is 6 of the Lover's energy, deep past soul tie connections. Okay, and then the opposition of that energy, or the sister energy across the hall, that balances, it also informs, it manifests, and it also confronts with its mirror. So we're going to see how we can utilize that Lover's energy for balance moving forward. What can we focus on balance starting in the new year? 3 and 2. Oh, there almost was a flyer there. And 1. Okay, we've got our Empress energy. The whole reason we are here, we can balance everyone here by creating. And what we are creating, those stymies will pollinate for the rest of the year. So the seed that we are planting right now in this new moon in Capricorn is an Ace of Pentacles. That is a 3D reality of time, money, energy, resources, assets, and talents. Okay, so let's see where we go here. King of Wands of action. I see it. I want it. It's mine on the bottom. So I will go through these as we move here. Aries, 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment comes in with balance in a singular energy, making sure you are balanced within your heart, then brings balance around you. Taurus energy, we've got 8 of Swords here. So to bring in balance, there is a need to release yourself from some kind of invisible bars, because as you can see, those are causing a flood of emotions that don't need to be here. This is lower level frequency of the Devil energy. So that cage is open. This is something of your own creation, Taurus stress that we need to let go of, some kind of shoulds. And I talked about those invisible bars in my post today. So please do have a look at that energy. All right, moving into Gemini, you are balancing at home first. You are squaring up. All of the things I mentioned about the Ace of Pentacles. You are really examining your own personal tree as far as the number of rings are matching the years of life you've been here this time around the sun. And you are utilizing the deep roots that connect to many things, especially ancestral energies. I feel like that's a connection to Jupiter, getting those downloads, receiving and interpreting the messages correctly in order to use that information for you in the here and now. This is all about feeling balanced in family and feeling like you are in a provider role to offer sustainability, comfort, and some kind of expertise perhaps to others. It's like your home is a safe place for others to go. And I just heard just like your arms are. That's a new one on the 10 of Pentacles for me, but that does encompass the 10 of Cups as well. So there's a lot of energy of duality here, partnership. Okay, Cancerian energy, major transformation happening. This has been a year of transformations. We do have the eighth house, 2024. Add those up, comes to an 8. And that is the house of secrets, the house of Scorpio, going deep and really digging to the depths, especially if we're looking at the past sign. The sign right in front of us has a lot to teach us. So by really digging into your own past here, Cancer, and really daring to dive deep into the depths, you don't have any problem with emotions there, but you've done the work here. So now I believe it's time for you to fly. I believe it's time for you to fly there. That transformation of all these changes, your own balance, you dove deep, and this reward is coming because of that, of the 10 of Pentacles. Moving on to the next line of fire would be Leo energy. There's your Ace of Pentacles. We saw that come up in the live yesterday, and then I talked about it on my own live last night in a little more depth. As far as the Sabian symbols of what this new moon has to teach us. And this is the card that I paired with the today's sun energy. Devotion to life is accessed and expressed very often through refining and beautifying nature. You're seeing that seed that has been planted in this Leo energy. Now, to best use this reading today, use your entire chart. Wherever Leo sits for you, for me, that would be my ascendant. Okay, so I'm going to take this advice and apply it for my own self. When I pour into myself, okay, then that is how the Ace of Pentacles comes to sprout. If this is in if Leo is your fourth house, you're pouring into the energies of your foundation, your stability, your home, your family. Okay. So use every single card. All right, Leos. And then after Leo, we have Virgo energy here of a new start, building from the bottom up here with a little bit of help from your friends. We get by with little help from our friends, and that is a brick by brick energy. That can be part of a community too, helping us rebuild brick by brick. However, she's almost done. She only has one petal out of 5. I've never noticed this before. That is incomplete. You're almost there. You got a little more physical work to do here, Virgos, but you're nearly there. Okay. And those green birds, that parakeet energy, making sure that everybody is thanked And we are acknowledging those helpers that helped you get to where you are now, that helped you along the way. Libra energy, strength. I love seeing that because the South Node has been in Libra for the last 18 months. We're getting ready to finish that up. So I know it's been a rough go for Libra energy, but this is showing me that with those scales of balance that you come in with, okay, so if that's in your sun energy, that is balance within self. And although Libra is the sign of the scales, they do have a hard time, not unlike Geminis, making a decision either way because they can see the merit of both energies. So this is telling me with that lemniscape I drew on my notes today that Libras, you this has been rough, but you faced your inner beast here, and you are coming out the winner chicken dinner. You done did it. All right, Scorpio energy. These are going to be all the water energies here. So fire, earth, air, and water. Scorpios, you've got 10 of Cups energy here, again, of community pairing inside that Gemini energy. And Scorpios, the water is calm here. You are just stopping to smell the roses a little bit. And if I take that starting with the Cancerian energy, you guys already know how to dive deep. That's not unfamiliar to you. Just be sure that this 10 of Cups isn't something that we have dreamed up in our heads and it has to be perfect, because true transformation is transformation of the self that brings in this 10 of Cups. And then we have all the little minnows there swimming around in the seaweed of her body there. So you just want to, I feel like it's a stop and pause and smell the roses moment here. Okay. And that is right underneath your major arcana power card there too. Now let's see what's happening for Saggy energy. We've got the Ace of Swords. That is reminding me of the Chariot energy we pulled because her yesterday, that is because her head is part of the snail. Her body is the chariot. Okay. And that's alignment of head and heart, so that the soul drives the chariot. So, Sagittarius, I feel that the key for you here has been to get out of your head and go where see how that top of the key is kind of pointing right there to her heart chakra. And you've got to get your head in alignment with where your heart wants to go instead of talking yourself out of something. It's like you can talk yourself right out of those stars, of those wishes that are right there on her jacket. But it does look like you've opened up enough to allow that key, that Ace of Swords, that aha moment, that sword of truth to turn the lights on. And maybe you are, this is that, and her snail shell is violet. So maybe your pineal gland is coming on here for the new year. Maybe you're just now realizing that you're able to interpret downloads. Okay, because that's all, this card is all about the insight of that pineal gland. And fire signs, I mean, wow, 9 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. So wherever Sagittarius is located in your chart, that is where you're going to have this aha moment, that area of life. And that is by allowing the head to agree with what the heart wants. Capricorn energy, King of Cups. So this is my steady Eddie of this deck. He's riding the ship. So Capricorns, you are already have righted your ship. You're in alignment of head and heart because that's what the King of Pentacles is. You may be a person of few words. You may not always wear your heart on your sleeve, but you get the job done. You're not afraid to dive deep here. And that way, because you know that's where the food is, right? You've got to dive deep in order to find this balance of the heart, and very, very intuitive as well. This is what's going to help if you're still feeling with this book ending the Ace of Swords, getting out or really finishing off this earth sign line here for you guys and in those areas of your chart is really going to be to finally release some kind of invisible bars that either have been handed down to you, and then you have perpetuated subconsciously. The King of Cups has overcome those bars and has released themselves because they fly out of the cage of their mind. Okay. And that may take some help here. A Virgo could be a person of help. That's mutable energy that is helping us. There's three energies here. There are two helpers and you as the main character. And there could be a third person here for both of these energies, Taurus and Capricorn, that will help you right your ship. Okay. I feel like Virgo, I don't know why, but Virgo is energy is key here. So look at that house where Virgo is situated, because that could be the key area of life that will bring alignment for you here in that Capricorn house, and then as well flood that energy. If that's the base, the top of the trine would be Taurus. So wherever that's located for you, that's where you will fly up and out of, okay, by balancing and allowing help in. That could be just even no allowing help in, surrendering and saying yes, so that especially if this other person, this third helper, is very balanced in theirs, they're showing you how to finish off this last petal. Okay, let's continue here for air signs. Aquarian energy, book ending the 10 of Pentacles is some kind of judgment call. That would be Archangel Gabriel energy, and that is sounding the trumpet. Something here is being resurrected, could be from the deep past, that deep past soul connection, past life soul connection. This could also be returning an ancestral pattern here is challenging you, and air signs, it's taken you a lot of strength to balance the outer world with your inner world. And now, and because you've done that work, you're able to better make this judgment call, Aquarius. You're able to better make the judgment call, and not just from a place of the head, like King of Swords, all head and no heart. This is a soulmate energy card. So this is here for a reason. That could be bringing in a soulmate for you coming in here for next year. And that requires you to really release something from the past. But I do feel like it's ancestral wounds. You're stopping this cycle. We talked about that yesterday. We saw that energy come out in our 2025 predictive reading for the entire year on the spiritual view. I hope you caught it. It was magical. And Pisces, the end of our zodiacal storyline here. Four of Wands, the 1111 energy balanced with this transformation. You've come out of the cocoon here, water signs, and focusing on your own transformation and what you want and what you have to offer and bring, generating your own peace with those white lilies, brings in a partnership of some kind of agreement here that is imbalanced, whatever label you put that on. But because you came out of the chrysalis and didn't stay hiding in the chrysalis, this energy shows up for you, Pisces. So that 10 of Cups, I keep looking back here at this Scorpio energy. Did we go deep enough? Only you would know the answer to that, because if we did not fully take ourselves through the pain of the chrysalis to transform, what comes in is not balanced. And it is kind of just this wishy kind of perfect love that doesn't really exist, and it can exist for moments of perfection, of where we are joined together and in harmony with the energy, but just make sure there's enough transformation that's happened so that this is not just a dream or not just a fleeting energy. Okay, let's see here for the collective what's on the bottom of the deck. We've got King of Wands. There's our opposition to the Lovers of the Devil energy, Little Miss Muffet. So some kind of communication here that we may be fearing. We may be even fearing the truth of our passions. Kings bookending each other, King of Wands, King of Swords. And we just spoke of King of Swords here in the Aquarian position. This would be Leo and Aquarius opposition. I wrote that in my notes today. The Mars retrograde of self-confidence, okay, is opposing or relating to mirroring, confronting, or informing or manifesting the Aquarian energy of balance. That's where Venus is currently, Mars and Venus energy. Submission to unforeseen and uncontrollable forces is always eventually a predictable requirement. Okay, that's why I kept focusing on this Scorpion energy. That is Pluto, the planet of transformation, death and transformation. And we see that happening for water signs. So here in the air energy, because you are balanced and you've done the hard work here, that brings in this judgment call. Am I going to balance? This is like a fear of balancing your heart and your head, Leo and Aquarius. And right smack in the middle is the creative energy with that web here. You know, and she's holding two cherries. I'm going to come back to my original. I feel like this is a fear of the truth of your passion of some sort here, guys. And that's for every sign here. Fear to create something new, fear to communicate with those mushrooms. They all are the communication system of the entire forest. Maybe you don't want to create this temptation. The cherries are representing temptation here. You don't want to see what's in the bag. I joke about the Andrew Dice Clay energy of Little Miss Muffet here. Sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey, when along came a spider, sat down beside her and said, "What's in the bag?" Rhymes with witch. Oh boy. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, using that knowledge, but there is a waiting energy. Not all of the apples have been raked up and collected. We don't have all the knowledge there yet. It is not time to pick that crop, because there's something that needs to be walked away from that is not in balance with you. This ladybug is walking on a very narrow passageway here, and all around her, she is noticing all the pairings of creatures and animals, the swans, the dragonflies. There's a pair of birds here, red, yellow, and black, and a pair of blue butterflies. This shows a crescent moon. I've never seen that before here. A crescent moon waning. So that would be after the full moon in Cancer. Looks to about a week after, not quite, and almost a week after the full moon, somewhere in between, because it's not quite at that third quarter position yet. And finally here, the Magician, all four aces of potential, and we see that swan reappearing with a butterfly of transformation, with a birthday hat. 2025, its birthday is next year. With the magician hat, it's a little bit see-through or transparent. So I think transparency is key, especially if this is some kind of passion that we're fearing for whatever reason. I feel like you know it's coming because you've already planted these seeds, guys. You've already planted the seeds here. And in order to get this 4 aces of potential, these 4 new starts, that potentiality, it's not where you are currently. You're almost there, some of you. Some of you are still stuck, Taurus energy. And that is, again, can just be in a life area. We can't be in balance at all times in all places of our chart, but these are going to be messages for you to show you where those balances are key, where abundance is going to lie, where we need to allow truth of our heart to reign, Sagittarian energy. Okay, and that's all about ninth house, Saggies, adventure, travel, spirituality, new information, culture. Okay, after the magician, page of cups, that fish is looking longingly at the woman who is pondering that cup or pondering the offer. This could be someone coming towards you, having walked away from what was not satisfying, looking for their 9 cups at the start of our zodiacal new year anyway, which would be 0 degrees Aries. So, okay, guys, those are our messages here today. And whether we succumb to this devil or not does require a balance of heart and head. So literally that's what the lover's energy is all about. We have to be in alignment and agreement upon that, this past life energy, balancing that out in order to drive the 7 of the Chariot. So our path to freedom relies on this internal balance. Okay, let's get you some advice and get you out of here. Let's get you some advice, please, and thank you. Jeweled web on the bottom. I feel like that's our card. Connectivity there with that spider web. Let's see what's on top. Fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. When you do the balancing work of that internal head and heart balance for us to drive the chariot, the wheels of the chariot can spin. That wheel of fortune of change 23 turns in our favor, luck and right timing. Then the timing is right and sets forth in motion movement forward. Okay, I do want to read this jeweled web. I find that very interesting. And look at that. That is a palindrome, people. 32 and 23. Wow. Or, yep, 32, 23 or 23, 32. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Let me see if I can. It's still a new book, so all these green energy here, especially with that King of Wands, Leo energy of the heart chakra. I believe it does have to do with this self-confidence energy, understanding that small events have widespread repercussions, and that's for the positive, for the light, or for the shadow. Okay, it takes just as much strength to push something away as it does for us to surrender and allow it in. So let's check out what this jeweled web of connectivity is all about. 32. No separation. The feeling state. Approaching any oracle requires you to come in with certain expectations. You're either looking for confirmation of what you already know, or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path you're on. Asking whether you will reach a desired goal of some kind. You're rarely able to see beyond memory or projection. And so naturally, everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible because our fears get in the way of this balance. Imagine that the answer to your question is not about quote unquote landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an end game, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It isn't possible to know how any of it works. But know this: what is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among this web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. That's how our Ace of Pentacles is planted right now with feeling. And then that result can be shown to us by June of the full moon in Capricorn. Take your focus off getting anywhere. Practice feeling and being in a place where your desired experience has already come to pass. Who you will be, uh, excuse me, who will you be when this is true for you? Can you be that now? Feel that now? Practice that? The better you know your path within this web of life, the more it will light up for you. It is celebrating you already. Underneath that, 38. It's one of my lucky numbers. And many masks, the authentic self. Very beautiful. The authentic self is resting in her heart, right on her heart chakra. That again, that Leo energy. And then Magician's Sword, Pluto and Aquarius, confidence in your magic, being a 37 card, which is a 10. Normally, the Magician, that's a 1. It breaks down 1 plus 0 is a 1. The 10 being the Wheel of Fortune are 2 5s. 23 and 32 equal a 10. Okay. All right. Let's check out this fortune's wheel and get you off here. I hope you're going to do something fun tonight, even if it's just banging pots and pans on your front porch. Okay. A luck and right timing, a turn of fortune. The fortune's wheel is a sign that luck has found the right timing in your life. You have the magic touch, and everything turns to gold. There is nothing you can do wrong. You only need to hold what you desire as your intention, and it becomes true. Do not waste this power on trifling things. Dream big, for surely this opportune moment will pass. Such is the nature of Fortune's wheel. Use the creative power of the Fortune's wheel for the benefit of others, and the gifts will be returned to you tenfold. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune is our 10 energy. And I spoke of that when we saw the Ace of Swords and connected that Chariot energy in. Use it only for your own gain, and you'll be left impoverished and with the bitter taste of squandered opportunity. Okay, so Taurus energy, wherever that life area is for you, okay, we have to break out of that mental cage, guys. Fortune's wheel comes unannounced. Notice the early signs, the coincidental encounters, and the seemingly magical and synchronous events that herald its arrival. The herald, Archangel Gabriel, sounding the trumpet of resurrection. Okay. Fortune's wheel comes unannounced. So notice the early signs, the coincidental encounters, and the seemingly magical and synchronous events that herald its arrival. That call, that email, that invitation, that chance encounter was no accident. They were all choreographed by Fortune. Don't wait any longer. Carpe diem. Seize the day, for those of you who have not seen the Poet Society or don't know what that means. Recall your boldest and noblest longing and invite it into your life. This invitation is all that as is required. This new moon energy is very strong. A little dab will do ya. You get a lot of bang for your buck in this energy. So simply writing down, jotting out what your own, what you really, really want. We talked about that yesterday. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. That's manifesting. That gives the universe a specific order so that it can start moving things out of the way for you so that this energy can come a calling. Okay. Well, I hope you found this reading useful tonight. Do have a wonderful start to your new year. Happy New Year from my heart to yours. And I hope this new year finds you moving into your best and highest self of any lifetime thus far. Bye bye.